What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips where you already know we get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I'm kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel and it's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled first and foremost. And it's greatly appreciated, man. Thank you guys for all the likes, the subscribes, for everything, man. For reals, though. Right? Now, trip out. With all the shenanigans going on, all the bullshit going on right here in the social media world, right on YouTube, yesterday, hey, the yard was caliente, muy caliente ese, right? The yard was on fire. Everybody was talking about the Hoodstocks episode with Lefty Gunplay, and there was a lot of different opinions. Who was right, who was wrong? Was Lucky in the right for holding it down in his own backyard, feeling a certain type of way? Was Lefty right in the way he conducted himself? And my take is, I truly believe both of them had right points and both of them had wrong points. But there was a lot of things that actually happened behind the scenes that a lot of people didn't really touch on. A lot of people didn't notice. And, after going back and rewatching it, I noticed a few things, man, things that can't even be spoken on social media just because they would put people not only in a bad light, but in a bad situation. There's some things you can and you shouldn't say on social media, man. And there was some slippage there, some major slippage on both parts. And we'll just leave it at that. But what's funny is, man, this whole Lefty campaign sparked off the other day, man, with, the hatred going back and forth between him and Lazyboy from Sanjo, a Northern California rapper, an alleged active Norteño rapper, right? If you really break it down and look at the situation, Lazyboy, Lefty Gunplay, pretty much the same type of individual, right? Look kind of the same, are constructed in the body type kind of the same. There's just a lot of similarities. Maybe in their raps, it's a little bit different. Maybe in their street credibility, it's a little bit different. And maybe in their prison credibility, it's a little bit different. But first and foremost, they look pretty similar in the way they carry themselves. Now, there's a lot of people that are fueling that fire that want to see this beef continue, want to see them go at it, want to see a North and South situation because there's a bias there. Whether you're from the South side, homes, and you don't like the North for whatever reasons, they're going to keep fueling that. Whether you're from the North and you don't like the Sur for whatever reasons, they're going to keep fueling that. But the guys that fuel the fire are not the guys that are willing to go on frontline status. Those are usually the guys that are just whispering in your ear and then fall back, when it's time to ride. When it's time to really fucking hit the pavement and push some concrete, those are the individuals that usually fall back and fall off. It seems like everybody always has an opinion. Everyone wants to say shit, but they don't really want to do shit. Well, when this incident happened yesterday on the live, man, in Hoodstocks or the other night with Lefty and Lucky, it seems like every single person knew exactly what time it was. Like they were the fucking cucarachas under fucking Lucky's huarache, if he was wearing any, in that room, right? And I'm here to tell you, man, none of us know shit when it comes to how them men were thinking. Whether it was because of mushrooms or alcohol or any other type of drogas that fucking people are saying that they were on, nobody knows. All I seen, to be honest with you, is two alpha males, two guys that were talking over each other with their shirts off. That's all I seen, really, to be totally honest with you. Two guys trying to get their point across. Lucky feeling some type of way because that's his podcast and he was going to hold it down. And Lefty feeling some type of way and speaking over Lucky because he wasn't trying to hear what Lucky was saying. Now, there's a lot of people saying that Lucky was taking shots during the whole interview, calling him dick and getting, I guess, a little too comfortable with them. But that's Southsider business. That's how Vatos fucking rock. Shirts come off, Vatos fucking get to chopping it up, getting high, whatever, man. I truly think that getting drugged out or getting high while you're conducting business, man, is never a good mix. It's never the right cocktail to drink on, but that's just my opinion. Who am I? Now, Lazyboy wants to keep the shit going. Lazyboy took this opportunity to shoot another shot at Lefty, right? Now, there's a lot of people that say Lefty looks bad because he turned down the fade. But I'm about to give you my uncut, raw opinion on how I feel about him turning down that fade. And did he truly turn it down or did he do the right thing? Now, this is what I would have did in that situation. The moment Lucky would have fucking mentioned the word fade or wanted to take it there, went from 0 to 100 and was like, hey, Gun, we got to fucking do this. Fuck that. Let's catch the fade. Immediately, my people, his people, whoever's people, I would have been like, shut this motherfucker down ASAP. Let me get at you. Shut it down, bro. We don't need to be made look like fools because every content creator and their mama's going to be on this shit. And we truly were, right? Everybody had an opinion. But opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Ask Wes Watson. He'll tell you, well, his might not be intact anymore, but he still has one. Whether it's blown out or blown back, it's still there, allegedly. But everybody has them, and everybody voiced their opinion. And there was a lot of good opinions. You know, Sonny Boy Acosta from the Streets Ain't Loyal said some righteous good shit. Dubs, man, from the Dubs podcast. He said some real righteous shit. I listen to everybody's shit. I support everybody's podcast. I support everybody's content. And I can say there was a lot of guys that were trying to give Flecha and game. Where game might not be needed, game might not be warranted and grasped, they still were throwing it out there. Okay, but Lazyboy didn't do that. He didn't take that direction. The direction he took was to belittle Lefty and to say, hey, homie, damn, Frank, you're turning down fades now, right? Because it did to the guys that want to be active gang members and want to be out there. They think that a fade is like the key to everything. If you take the fade, you're the man. If you take the fade, you're that one. Now, back in our days, back in the 90s, there was no such word as fade. If you said, hey, I'm going to go get a fade, you're going to go get a haircut, right? If you're going to go get faded, you're going to go get faded with a bitch with some long hair and it's braided, right? That's how that was. You know, it was just like, hey, you want to fight? You know what I'm saying? You want to fuck or fight? What do you want to do? You want to catch that one-on-one? You want to throw these hands, throw these dogs, whatever. There was just different terminology for the way we said things, but it all means the same at the end of the day. And yes, nobody denied the fade. Nobody turned it down. You know, if a homie was like, hey, bro, even playing. I remember back in the days, hey, bro, you want to catch this? Fuck it, bro, let's get it. And then you could shake hands, drink a pistol, a Blue Bull Schlitz, and everything was good. A little shot of Parmesan and you're mobbing, right? But nowadays, the fade word is like a big deal. You know, people feel some type of way, you know, and there's a lot of people that are going to be like, oh, Lefty turned down the fade. He's a poop bud. He turned it down. He's a sucker, right? Not really. And I'm going to explain to you why. First of all, Lefty got a lot of bread. Lefty is doing big things. Lefty has to hold himself to a higher standard and a different caliber. Do you understand that not everybody is trying to interview Lucky, but everybody is trying to interview Lefty? And Lefty, I believe, understands that he's the man right now. He's the one shining. He's the one holding the llaves and the keys to this Southern California rap shit, right? Everybody is looking to him to be the next big thing. And this guy just signed a $1.5 million deal. This guy's out there, you know, touring, getting it, has signed to OTR Records. I mean, he's really trying to make things happen. And hey, it's unprecedented because who have we ever seen that just got out of prison and 3 months later is signing $1 million deals? Do I think he's the greatest rapper in the world? Fuck no, not even close, right? But I think he has that it factor. He has something that these big moguls in the record labels seen that they could either exploit or that he could run with. Hey, he got the money. However he got it, bro, it wasn't a fucking stick up, right? They gave it to him. And now he has to carry himself a certain way. Because if you're out there acting a fool, fighting on live TV, you're going to get locked back up. You're going to get incarcerated. Best believe the guy just got off on parole, man. There's certain things you can and cannot do because the eyes are watching. The law's watching. And when you just sign to a big record label, you have to think, I know you're gangster. I know first instinct is to get off where you're mad at, take flight on sight. That's the instinct of a true motherfucker in the streets. No questions asked, no time for talking. Let's just fucking handle business, right? But when there's that much money involved and your familia is depending on you and your homeboys and your circle are depending on you, yes, you have to fall back a little bit and grit your teeth. I know it doesn't look good in the eyes of gangsters, right? I know it doesn't look good in the eyes of a lot of people, but who gives a fuck what other people think? At the end of the day, you have to worry about you and yours and concern yourself with that. Now, Lucky didn't have nothing to lose here. His credibility, his podcast, nothing. He felt disrespected. He went the way he wanted to go, and that was it. But this is the situation now. Now you have a lot of different people that are saying Lefty turned down the fade and Lefty was a sucker man and Lefty was scared. And I said no. Lefty conducted himself like a grown man. Albeit, he did fuel the fire by talking over Lucky. he did when, Lucky apologized to him and shook his hand, and he accepted that. Once that's done, that should have been done. See, when grown men slip up and they say words they're not supposed to, or they have an aggressive attitude, and then they realize, hey, bro, I fucked up. My bad, homie. Once he says my bad and you shake his hand and you say, all right, it's good, then it should be good. That's giving your word that you let it go. But when you keep on going on and on and on, what do you expect Lucky to do? Of course he's going to feel some type of way. He's being disrespected in his house and home. He's being shit on in his own backyard. I don't blame either one of these guys for the way they carry themselves. I think Lefty was absolutely correct in not taking that fade, especially on camera, because he has too much to lose. And I think Lucky was absolutely correct in letting Lefty know and standing his ground, hey, I'm a man first and foremost. And that's it. That's where it should end. But it should have never got to the point of being broadcasted on social media. It should have never went there. But hey, nobody's perfect. That's just shit happens, right? Shit happens. And it doesn't matter if you're a Norteño or a Southsider, because there's a lot of people saying, damn, it's looking real ugly in Southern California. They're crashing out down there. No, they're not crashing out down there, bro. It's just everybody's seeing them do their thing. When the eyes are focused on them doing their thing, a lot more people are going to see shit. That's just it, plain and simple, period. I don't choose sides. I was once a Norteño rocking to a beat, right? But my name ain't Connie. This ain't a funky little beat. This was a real life beat. And now I have to give it to you real life because I have stepped back from the shenanigans and from the bullshit. And I'm here to tell you straight up, man, in this situation, everyone had to play their cards just right. Now, I've heard that, Lucky took 2 fades after that and whatever, however people want to twist it and puzzle it together and put out there, cool. If he did that, he did that. Again, that shouldn't be put out there for everyone to hear too, because that sounds kind of like people are trying to clean shit up. Well, he still took 2 fades. Yeah, but he didn't take 2 fades with the guy that he called out. Do you understand? And then there's people that said, maybe Lefty's homeboy should step up and protect the bag. They should. No. When a man calls you out, he's not calling your homies out, he's calling you out. Now, there is always going to be a situation where the young homie's like, I got this, bro. I'll handle this. Don't even trip. OG, I got you. But truly, you can't be the youngster out there running your mouth and causing wrecks and then expecting your homeboys to fight your fights for you. You can't do that. And you can't expect little vatos to get off where they're mad at just because you got money, because that makes them look foolish and that makes you look foolish. You're foolish for constantly running your neck and not handling your business. And they look foolish, man, for fighting for the bag, basically. Because if you didn't have that bag, really, who would fight for you? You have to think about it. Where's the true friends at? The homies that got you just on GP, not the homies that want to get off just because you're on GP. I'm just saying. Now, trip out. Lazy decided to drop a post on Instagram. And, him and Frank, right, Lefty, have been going back and forth. And if you look at the thumbnail, man, there's exactly what he dropped on his Instagram. Basically, where he's clowning on Lefty for not taking fades. He says, now you're out here turning down fades. That is the lazy karma, homie. For talking your shit, you got put on blast and exposed. Not a good look, Pop, right? Now, to some people, it's not a good look. When you're out there acting a certain way and carrying yourself a certain way, you're giving other motherfuckers ammunition, especially those you're beefing with, which I believe is a frivolous, fucking stupid beef for 2 individuals that probably will never see each other in real life. Don't rock in the same circles. One's from Northern California. The other one's from Southern California. They're both brown, homes. They're both Chicano. They both are out there fucking trying to make waves in the music industry. You would think that they would be doing things like collabing. I'm going to tell you the truth. If it was up to me and people said, hey, would you rather see a Lazyboy and Lefty fade, a fight in the ring, whatever, however, or would you rather see them collab and make some dope music that's going to get that shit popping, right? I'm going to go with door number 2. I like the collab game a little bit, right? Because I think that there's a lot more money in it for them. There's a lot more doors that could be open for other brown men. And let's just get this shit popping on a hip hop tip, right? Why does it always have to come to violence? Usually, it rarely does come to violence. More so, it comes to people running their neck and not silence. It usually comes to just a lot of back and forth and nothing ever materializes. In about 3 months, man, these guys will be doing something totally different. Hopefully not incarcerated. Because at this point, man, the way Lefty is crashing out on every podcast, man, he looks like he's heading towards destruction, towards incarceration. There was things that I heard. Those were hot microphones, man. Those mics pick up everything, eh? Right? There was things that I heard, man, when Bozo walked in the room with Lefty that I shouldn't have heard. Right? Of course, it's not my place to put it out there. It's not my place to wreck anyone's career. But there was just shit I heard. I was like, oh, wow. This Volta really is he's really stupid like that, right? And I don't say it in a disrespectful manner. I'm just saying he's going stupid, dumb, like a Mac Dre song. That's it, right? When it comes to Lazy saying what he said, of course he's going to say that. These vatos are looking at every opportunity, airing opportunity to air out grievances and to say what they're going to say. So Lazy said that. Does it make him in the right? Absolutely not, man. Hey, when it's Southern California business and when it's their thing, bro, although you may think, in your opinion might be, man, that looked foolish. That vato talks all that high power shit about he'll get off, he'll this and fuck this and that. And then he's over there turning down fades. Yeah, he's going to feel some type of way. You know, people that are beefing with other people and people that have that don't like someone, any little thing they do, if they trip and fall, they say, oh, got 2 left feet, eh? That's why they call him Lefty. He can get right, but he just can't walk right. That's what they're going to say. You know, so giving that vato opportunity to say things is just a fucked up situation, and Lazy egging it on ain't cool. But you got to understand that stems back to the drama that they've been having. You got to remember, first and foremost, Lazy never disrespected Lefty by name. Lazy never put Lefty's. I don't even think he knew who Lefty Gunplay really was until Adam mentioned his name, or Adam mentioned Southern California rap, period. Because when he mentioned him, he said, oh yeah, the fool's popping, he's doing his thing. And then Adam, would you ever collab? Knowing damn well that at this point in life, North and South is not on the collab tip quite yet. They're more so doing their things. Have they given respect to each other in the future? Every time I hear a Southern California rapper mention Norteños, he says, hey, bro, I can't do nothing with them because politics and things of that nature. But yeah, them vatos got it. They can rap. And every time I've heard Northern California rappers, they say the same thing. Hey, respect to them vatos. They're getting it, homie. But we can't do this. There's bigger entities behind situations, man. The vatos just can't control. That's just part of the game. When you sign up for the street shit, you have to be about that street shit. Okay, now, Lazy saying what he said, to me, it's not a popular opinion. Maybe in Northern California, to the people that rock with them, they're going to laugh about it. But simply, that's all you're going to get is a laugh. You know, and then I heard Lazy saying, hey, you know, because Lefty said, you're banned, homie. You can't come to Southern California, which I don't really think he holds that type of weight. But there are going to be those individuals that back that play. They feel some type of way. This youngster, man, got a grip on him. They're willing to do whatever. There's people that are willing to crash out and kill over a rap artist. It's crazy, right? And then Lazy bites back and fights back saying, man, I'm going to go down there. I'm going to make a music video. I'm going to do my thing. Well, first and foremost, bro, do that at your own risk. Because I'm telling you, bro, it now becomes a thing where you're not disrespecting that individual and going against the grain. It becomes a thing where there's other people from Southern California that might feel disrespected because you're announcing like you don't give a fuck, homie. You're like, there ain't no one going to do nothing. There's vatos out there that will absolutely do something. Just like there's vatos up north in Northern California that will absolutely do something. All you have to do is that Chito Ranas' brother. It's ugly, man. It gets ugly, right? And it's not never a good situation that young Chicanos have to lose their lives over internet beef, over rap beef, over hate and envy. Because that's what it comes down to. You know, when Lefty first took his shots at Lazy, it was more so over envy, hate. You know, when Lucky, let's get down to the brass tack. The wind's blowing. Here's some knowledge you can't get in college. This is my true feelings. When Lucky and Lefty got on that podcast together, there was some hate there. I truly believe Lucky was hating a little bit on Lefty. It looked like from the beginning to the end, he had a chip on his shoulder, kind of like, why is this vato getting shine? What has this vato done to really get it? You know? And it seems like he started taking little shots, calling them little things. And I think Lefty picked up on that. And that's why he was acting the way he was acting. You know, I watched Lefty's fucking interviews when he first came out, and he was all over the place. That vato was bouncing off the walls like a kid on Ritalin, right? He was different. I was like, that vato needs psych meds ASAP, right? And I thought, truly, man, he's 5150, he's on hot meds, he's a J-Cat. That's what I thought. Just having seen those types of individuals, disculpame, on the yard, right? But then I seen once he got papered up, once he got into his zone and his lane, then he was trying to make his $150. That vato was smooth criminal. His podcast started to slow down, his interviews. He started to make sense. He was making it make sense. Now, he crashes out again, and it goes left, literally, right? With Lucky's podcast, Hoodstocks, but I truly believe Lucky was taking it there. And all it did was give ammunition to people like Lazyboy and other individuals to clown Lefty. Oh, you turned down the fade, homie. That ain't a good look. No, it's not the greatest look, but it's the best look. And I'm going to tell you why it's the best look. Because people have to realize your family, your tight circle, your business comes before the bullshit, man. When you're incarcerated and you're behind them walls, handle your business and conduct yourself with respect, with professionalism. Do your thing, man. When you're on the streets, conduct yourself righteous, not because others are looking at you, but because, bro, you got to worry about yourself, because no one else in this world gives a fuck. Believe me. You might have the few homies, I'll take the fade for you, but at the end of the day, it's because you're buying them Jordans at Foot Locker. There's no one does nothing for nothing. That's the way it is. No one gets a push. No one gets love. That's the world we live in for nothing. You're always going to have to break bread like Jesus says, part of the game. So Lazy keeping this shit going and talking shit, of course he's going to talk shit. I don't blame him. He's feeling a certain type of way. But does it add fuel to the fire and make things worse? Yes, it does, man. I'm done. I used to be like, hey, we need to unite the raza, and I truly believe that still can happen one of these days, and it's going to take some strong-minded and like-minded individuals to do that. But at this point, with the way this shit is going right now, it's just getting worse and worse daily. This internet beef and going back and forth, and all of it stems over a fucking couple podcasts. Social media can wreck careers, man. That's why you have to really watch and decipher where you're going to go and who you're going to talk to. I didn't hear any questions answered by Lefty that I hadn't heard before on other podcasts. I believe that simply was a situation where two dudes, two alpha males were just nitpicking at each other, and it escalated into a call out. Now, there's some people that say, oh, that wasn't real, it wasn't authentic. There's some people that saying it was. I truly believe it was. There was a lot that went into it. And I think that fucking Lefty, albeit he ran his neck a little too much, he did handle it correctly. He shouldn't have took that fade. At least not on camera. Never. Because let me tell you something, and this is what a message I have for Lazyboy. Hey, you didn't take the fade. You're looking real bad on the streets. Okay. Well, so let's just take this for instance. Say Lazyboy from Sanjo, Norteño, active, allegedly, is doing a podcast with another homie. Because those were two Southsiders, homie, doing a podcast. Their thing. Two allegedly active Southsiders, right? So now say you're doing your thing, Lazyboy, and you're sitting down with an active homeboy, and some comes to that point where you guys, one calls the other one out for a fade. Can you take that fade? I'll hold. Absolutely not. You can't take that fade. You want to know why you can't take that fade? Because that's considered red on red, homie. And that will put you in bad standings because you can't fight another homie. So how can you belittle a Southsider for not taking a fade with his homie on camera when they can't do that either? Do you understand where I'm coming from? I'm just saying you can't be a hypocrite in this shit. You have to think about how it is. And if you're a real gangster and you conduct yourself like that and you're really about that, then you don't drop Instagram posts disrespecting. You don't put fuel to the fire. You just laugh about it with the homies and say, shh, Balt ain't really about that shit. And you keep on pushing and making music and making money. I'm just saying, I'm not backing anyone's play, but let's keep it real. With that being said, what do you guys think? Do you think that fucking all this is just drama, internet beef, and ain't nothing really going to happen? I don't think nothing was really going to happen. I hope it doesn't. I hope everybody could just get a big old bag of money and eat a big old bowl of Lucky Charms, bro, and taste that rainbow. And that's just what it is. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming, and remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the strive, the struggle, the struggle, the strive. Guess what? Are you guys ready? Super Primo Norteño Part 7 coming up this afternoon, man. Be ready. This one right here involves my tia, and it's very, very fucking hilarious. I promise. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, struggle, strive, and give you real klecha, real game. Just, hey, knowledge you can't get in college. Some people don't like it. Some people love it. Some people shake my paw, some homeboys mug, and you best to catch me. I'm coming smebbing. I did it in 91, 92, 93, 94, 96, and 97. The gun.